So they get down to room temperature. They're not frozen, but they need to be room temperature. Pouring my whipped eggs, 3 whipped large eggs into the mixing bowl. Followed by 3/4 cup of white sugar. Now mixing in 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Mix in 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavoring. The recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of softened butter. I think it was Paula Deen that said the more butter the better, and if she's right, that she did say it. So sometimes I'll end up with a tablespoon or maybe closer to 3 tablespoons of butter. It calls for unsalted, but I use salted butter. Now I'm pouring in the 2 to 3 tablespoons of salted butter with the help of the microwave. I have softened, melted the butter, pouring the butter into the mixing bowl. Add 1 teaspoon of flour. Last time I had to borrow flour from a neighbor, thank you, Miss Jackie. Never would have thought that you needed flour for a pie, but it helps hold it together. One of my friends at work was wondering about the flour too. Doesn't the corn syrup hold it together? But no, I think the flour, probably both, but I think the flour also helps hold the filling together so it's not runny. Add in 1 cup of corn syrup. And mix that all in. Everything else is in. 3 eggs, large. The heaping tablespoon of flour. 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavoring. 3/4 of a cup of sugar, white sugar, and I use 1/4 cup of brown sugar, light brown sugar. And the softened butter, 2 to 3 tablespoons of softened butter, and I think, let's see, what am I forgetting? The pecans, of course. The recipe calls for a cup of chopped pecans, but I ended up using about a cup and a half of pecans, chopped pecans, and it yields 2 pecan pies. So I poured in my pecans. That's what it looks like. That is ready to bake pecan pie filling. It's gonna be delicious.